Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Good evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It is time to meet Team 340. Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality, Specs Howard broadcast instructor, recruiting insider, and he is host of the Spartan Beat, weekdays from noon to 1 on the Spotlight Radio Network. Rico, how are you?
Jack, still kicking it around. I'm okay. I've made it through the first wave of the quarantine section. Good thing I live by myself. There's nobody to get angry at, or if anything happens, it was just me.
I was thinking about 52 weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Tonight, and we were together. Tom Crawford was sitting where I am now. You and I were in Washington, D.C. after Michigan State's win over Duke, and we did our first two-set show.
We did, Jack. That was so much fun. I remember everything about that night, including the 6 a.m. flight back to Detroit, and on the flight was the Winston family minus Cassius, so it was kind of cool.
Want to welcome Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, my longtime broadcast partner, covering 18-plus years. And he is a regular contributor to thewolverine.com and creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing good. A week ago, it seemed like a month ago, but I got a great solution for diversion from this horrific news. Watch past episodes of Press Pass out on foxnews.com. It's perfect, fox47news.com, and check all it. And go to the one October 17th after the 44-10 beatdown. Michigan or Michigan State. Watch that one, too.
Why not trouble with the snap?
You go all the way back to October 18th, 2015, if you can find it.
All you got to say is trouble with the snap.
No. Just the one on October 17th. Check that one out.
Also want to welcome Sean Belegian, one of the most versatile broadcast voices in the state of Michigan, a terrific talk radio host, often heard on WJR, and the game day host for the Detroit Lions radio network. Sean, we're less than 4 weeks away from the NFL draft.
Unbelievable. Wasn't it amazing how Generalissimo Goodell kind of flexed his muscle and told everybody how it was going to be? We haven't seen him go that way before. And, it's been a while since he's done it. But if you can find my barber, by the way, let me know. I need a haircut, something fierce.
We have a continuation of Press Pass Fantasy Madness. We are playing out the NCAA tournament, and we're to the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. We'll be back with that in just a moment, starting with the West region. It's Press Pass here on Fox 47.
Grand Ledge Ford and Merrill Ford Okemos are complying with the governor's mandate. Our sales department is closed, but our service department remains open, and our ever-popular pickup and delivery service is still available. For those interested in purchasing a car, we are responding to questions online. You can pick out your car, appraise your trade-in, calculate your payments. We'll answer all your questions. Check us out online, grandledgeford.com, merrillford.com. We're always going to work hard for you.
I'm Tara with the Holt & Diamonddale Insurance Agency, and we love animals and know you love your horses, goats, and other farm animals. With Auto Owners Insurance, we not only have you covered, but your animals too. Call your hometown team today.
I have an idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's about time you knew how good your night is gonna be.
Respect for women. Let's roll.
The time for talking is over.
We have to fight back. Things are changing. I'm going to work.
Great.
You do have a head on your shoulders.
It felt great to be empowered for once.
I am nobody's property.
You treat her with respect. And devotes every day to making your life a little better.
Lift the car off my kids, one. Lift the car off my kids, two. Enjoy the show.
Local restaurants need our help. Join us for Takeout Tuesday.
Here's to the big-hearted folks who know how to take on an even bigger job. Those who take personally the transportation of today's dreamers and tomorrow's leaders. It is said that the future belongs to those who show up. Thank you for making sure that we always do. Dean Transportation Professionals. Always someone to look up to.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
A little more difficult to kick and find the shooters.
So out of the timeout in front of the Oregon bench. Both coaches still plenty of timeouts.
Overload.
Here's the matchup. Pritchard on Simpson.
That's what he needs. A straight line drive.
And one! With a foul on Simpson, Pritchard wins.
Straight man-to-man right now. Look at
Simpson
this.
coming back to get it. Pritchard right there with him on the catch in the backcourt. Simpson against Pritchard as he brings it across. Simpson attacks. Simpson with the floater. Tap out! A second tap out! And now it is hail to the victorious Oregon Ducks in overtime.
There you see a terrific win by Oregon in Ann Arbor, and it's time to look at the West region in our Press Pass Fantasy Madness, and we are starting with Mike DeCourcy's bracketology here, and there you see the 16 seeds in the West: Gonzaga, San Diego State, and Oregon, all staying close to home. They were the top 3 seeds, and all made it to Anaheim, where they were joined by 5th seed Ohio State on Thursday night. The Zags were too strong and too smart for the Buckeyes in a 6-point win, and the Ducks made all the plays down the stretch to end the Aztecs' dream season by 3. Last night at the Honda Center, Oregon guard Peyton Pritchard had arguably the shot of the tournament, a driving scoop with 2 seconds left for a 77-76 upset of Gonzaga, a play you'll be seeing for many years. Sean Baligian, the Ohio State Buckeyes made it to the Sweet 16, but ran into a Gonzaga team that looked like it might go all the way.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Jack? It's been a good tournament so far for the Big Ten. More on that coming up. But you know what? This reverts to many years ago when people like me would grab that little cheek of Gonzaga and go, "Oh, you cute little Zags," for all the talk about what Gonzaga was going to do at tournament time to go out against the Ducks. Extremely disappointing for a team that had so much clout going in. Now, don't get me wrong. That bit went away for a while with Gonzaga. They were able to make some bread come tournament time, but that's not going to stop wiseacres from pinching those little cheeks and seeing cute little Zags with your regular season.
Well, Gonzaga's season comes to an end, Rico Beer, but how did you see this game-winning shot? Was there a push-off on the play?
Well, it's like holding in football. If you really slow everything down, yes, there's a push-off. We saw Cassius do it all the time, but you know what? They don't call it on the big stars under the bright lights. There's no way a referee is going to take away anything under 10 seconds to go. And I think that's the best thing to do. Let players finish the game. Decide it on the court, not with the referees. Because we're going to find out about a referee kind of game, how they screw things up. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
If we had name, image, and likeness, as it looks like we will in the near future, what would Peyton Pritchard's shot have been worth for Nike's favorite school?
Oh, my goodness. Maybe he would be the logo. He would be at least the logo of Gonzaga, maybe. That's about it. But, yeah, it was pretty. It was nice. The way he held that shot, it was almost like the the movie White Man Can't Jump, where he just kept the hand up in the air and just walked. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Tom Crawford, you've been singing Pritchard's praises since that day at Chrysler Center. Why do you think he might be the best player in the country?
You had to show the highlights on the intro bumper. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, he scored 23 points in that game against Michigan without a three-pointer. And he went 7 straight drives to the hoop against Xavier Simpson. I mean, he is, everything, oh, this guy's like John Stockton. No, he's like Jason Kidd, I tell you, because he can still hit threes. He had 88 threes. He can rebound, he can assist, and he's tough. This dude is the best player in college basketball.
He had a shot in that game in Ann Arbor that looked like it could win it in regulation, right? And then they said that that one wasn't going to count, had to go back and do it again. Extremely tough to win on the road, a Big Ten school, but Oregon actually did it twice that day.
Yeah, Oregon's that's a really, really good team, and Pritchard he's at the core. I think he's going to have a really good run in the NBA too, as well, because of that toughness primarily.
So we have one region in, and the Oregon Ducks a 3 seed. We're going to find out, gentlemen, just how tough it was for the 1 seeds. We're going to wind up in our Final Four, and there's only one seed that made it.
Yeah, I bet you I can guess that 1 seed.
They got a couple of 3s and a 4 we're going to be telling you about. And we're going to start with the South region and what happened with the Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas looked like a team that might go all the way. The overall #1 seed. Haven't seen anything to change people's minds based on what happened this week. We'll be right back with that and much more down south here on Press Pass.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Here's to the big-hearted folks who know how to take on an even bigger job. Those who take personally the transportation of today's dreamers and tomorrow's leaders. It is said that the future belongs to those who show up. Thank you for making sure that we always do. Dean Transportation Professionals. Always someone to look up to.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
Why did I become a Michigan State Trooper?
I wanted to make a difference, help people, and save lives.
You don't need prior law enforcement experience, and you get paid while you train.
You can serve anywhere in the state, and there are many different career paths.
I want to leave behind a legacy
and be a role model in my community.
Working together to keep our communities safe.
What are you waiting for?
Change your career, change your community, change your life. Apply today.
Fox 47 News at 10.
Giving Mid-Michigan their late news an hour earlier.
Making it easier to wake up in the morning.
Every night at 10.
Know tomorrow's weather and then get to bed.
Everyone knows.
The best way to start your day begins the night before.
For over 20 years.
The only station with a primetime newscast.
Fox 47 News. Local news at a more convenient time.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. Bringing thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for hundreds of tournaments and special events. And talking with the GLSA, there's zero doubt in my mind that that will continue in this area when normalcy returns.
Transfer
transferred here, red-shirted, moved into the starting lineup last year, now a Big 12 star for Baylor. Garrett into Azubuike for the slam. Garrett up top, Azubuike. Abaji over the top to him. Wow, got Gillespie in the air and finished strong.
They are attacking the switch when Gillespie switches out on a guard. Such a great offensive rebounding team, you don't want to give them the opportunity to get an offensive board toward the end.
Butler, 2 seconds. Just short, and Kansas will win it here in Waco.
There you see the South region and the Kansas Jayhawks with a big win at Baylor. And that was the win they needed in the Big 12 and to lock up that overall #1 seed. Continuing with our Press Pass Fantasy Madness with the bracketology from Fox's Mike DeCourcy, we're looking at a Kansas team that has won 4 NCAA tournament games here by a total of 74 points. And Sean Baligian, when you look at what Kansas has done, how do you explain the victories over Big Ten schools? That's a 15-point win over 4th-seeded Wisconsin and a 10-point victory over 7th-seeded Iowa.
Well, you know, Jack, first and foremost, I mean, we know that they've got the stubs, but what has really jumped out to me is how incredibly deep they are in this tournament. I mean, you're watching them routinely go 10 guys deep. Now, when you get up by a bunch, as Kansas has been apt to do so far, you're going to see that. Double-digit wins, you're going to see them go 10 deep in that bench. But you know what? They've got guys all over the place. They are showing everybody, in my mind, why they were the consensus #1 pick before this whole thing started. You're seeing those other ones fall. It doesn't surprise me that Kansas is still alive.
Rico Beard, I want to back up for a second and talk about a great regional semifinal game. This was a region with 3 of the 4 teams from the Big Ten. But how do you explain what happened with Iowa beating Penn State by a point in overtime?
I think it was just the fact that Iowa was able to hit some big-time shots. And, you know, Penn State, I thought that Lamar Stevens was going to get around, and they had an opportunity to win the game. Okay? They had like 6 seconds to go. Stevens got caught up in no man's land, and I don't know if the moment got too big for him. He didn't make the shot. But you got to give credit to McCaffrey for stepping up and hitting that big-time 3.
Yeah.
They left him open. He was probably the 4th option. He nailed it. He gave Iowa the 1-point lead. Stevens had a chance. Didn't get it done.
Tom Crawford, the South region here in Houston, going to be remembered for a championship matchup of the big men, Udoka Azubuike, Luka Garza, and they combined for 76 points today. That should not come as a big surprise to you because you were in Ann Arbor when Garza got 44.
Oh, God. And that's, I swear to God, Luka Garza destroyed John Teskey's confidence for the rest of the year, for both ends of the court. He was just dominant. This dude is 6'11", 265, chiseled, worked in the offseason the way I wish a couple other kids in the Big Ten had done in the offseason. He is terrific. He's going to be an unbelievable NBA player, and he's a difference maker for Iowa, obviously. He's the core of Iowa.
With Iowa's season coming to a close, gentlemen, there's a lot of speculation that Luka Garza, National Player of the Year in some people's minds, is going to come back.
Yeah.
Not going to come out in the draft whenever that is.
Jack,
Rico?
2 words, Udoka Azubuike. He saw what a real NBA player is like. He couldn't handle Azubuike. He can't go in there into the NBA. I'll give him credit. He sees his deficiencies.
Yeah.
I need to bulk up and get a little bit better.
Well, the Iowa defense, guys, was suspect all year. It gave up over 100 points to Michigan, gave up over 100 points to Purdue, and gave up 10 too many to Kansas. We'll be right back with more of the Midwest up next on Press Pass.
Don't know your face, don't know your name. Why don't we play a little game? Keep the
47 thanks LaFontaine Auto, the Recycling Raccoons, and Capital Region International Airport for making The Masked Singer Flyaway a huge success. Keep watching to find out what we're going to give away next, and catch The Masked Singer Wednesday night at 8, only on Fox 47.
911, all new Monday on Fox.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Here's to the big-hearted folks who know how to take on an even bigger job. Those who take personally the transportation of today's dreamers and tomorrow's leaders. It is said that the future belongs to those who show up. Thank you for making sure that we always do. Dean Transportation Professionals. Always someone to look up to.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, go to theticketmachine.com.
The Flyers go to their half-court offense.
Good job by George Washington in getting back in transition, stopping the GW fast break.
11-0 run did George Washington. Now they've gone nearly 3 minutes without any points. Lob.
George right now saying when he catches the ball in the post, you've got to help me.
The Dayton Flyers, you see them, and they were as much fun as any team to watch all season. What a story. We hadn't seen anything like that from Dayton in more than 50 years. Flyers going through the bracket and very good all year, just not quite good enough, Rico, to make it to Atlanta. Can you take us through these 3 games?
I can.
In Indianapolis, you've got Dayton, you've got Kentucky, and then you've got a terrific Elite 8 matchup.
Yeah, you do. Well, I think let's go with the Kentucky took on Maryland, and what you saw was Kentucky was just better. They had more athletes. Tyrese Maxey, Nick Richards, Emmanuel Quickley scored 62 of Kentucky's 76 points. Maryland didn't have an answer for them. They started off slow. Kentucky just boat raced them. But the game maybe of the tournament, the one that we're going to be talking about forever, was the Dayton-Seton Hall game. Obi Toppin, Miles Powell scored the final 14 points amongst themselves. Yeah. It was superstar versus superstar. Obi Toppin hits the shot with 4.8 seconds to go. Looks like Dayton has this thing locks up. Miles Powell and Seton Hall will still contest this for the next 50 years. The referee, he makes the shot, but the referees waved it off and said the ball was still in his hand as the clock hit 0. Jack, it took 15 minutes for them to decide that. They gave you every angle, but in the end, waved it off. Dayton got the victory. They move on, but then in that final
Where was that official when Kenny Anderson hit that shot?
Yeah, you like to know.
Right? The ball's still in his hand. Come on.
It felt like Michigan State, Kentucky in 2005, where everybody is sitting there, was the toe on the line. This was, did the ball leave the hand? Twitter and social media went nuts. In the end, I give the referees credit. They said no basket. That was it. And then you had in the Elite 8 game, You had Dayton going up against Kentucky. Toppin did his best, but in the end, Tyrese Maxey, kind of that guy that Michigan State saw early in the year.
Oh, yeah.
He came out 37 points in that 66-62 victory. Toppin tried, but Kentucky just had too many athletes. They cut down the nets. They move on to Atlanta.
So Obi Toppin now is off to the NBA.
He is off to the
Tyrese Maxey
NBA.
has at least one more game to play.
He has at least one more game to play, and rumor has it that Obi Toppin will go to the NBA. He's not going back to Dayton.
Tom Crawford, Seton Hall, and Maryland, terrific seasons, but just couldn't quite get it done in the Sweet 16. And that set up that Elite Eight coaching matchup. Anthony Grant, National Coach of the Year for the Flyers, and John Calipari at Kentucky. And Ashley Judd is smiling even if she had to be socially distant to do it.
If Ashley Judd is happy, I'm happy. I sat 3 rows behind her at the NCAA 2A Championship 97 at the old RCA Dome, and that was a great experience, and the game wasn't that bad either. It was in overtime. So anyway, I tell you what, Cal is a hell of a coach, and I'm going to tell you why, because he's got this revolving door of talent, and he seems to make it work every year. They're always in the hunt. I'm not saying they're going to beat Kansas, but I just think Cal's a great coach. I really do, and Kentucky's one top program, no doubt about it.
Sean Baligian, we see Dayton had not been to the Final Four since 1967 when it lost to UCLA and a sophomore center, Lou Alcindor. And we know what happened with Kentucky now. They're there almost all the time. They've been to 17 Final Fours, tied for second with UCLA, only behind North Carolina's 20. Why are the Cats headed back to Catlanta?
You know, the first thing that jumps out to me, guys, I don't know if you got this impression. I mean, here Dayton is a #1 seed, and everybody's treating them like a Cinderella. You know, that didn't make sense to me because they had a tremendous year. I want to piggyback on what Tom said. I thought John Calipari really did a great job of playing the emotions on this team. You know, basically taking the everybody's against us. They think we're going to lose. They want us to lose. We're Kentucky. I'm John Calipari. So I think he got those guys worked up in a lather, and they went out there and did what they're supposed to do, and Kentucky's advancing again.
We'll see if Kentucky can get it done in Atlanta. Kentucky, for being around it all the time and all the one-and-dones and top recruiting classes, has only won 1 national championship since 1998. Needs 2 more wins to do it, starting with the matchup against Kansas. But we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the East region up next.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Greg.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Don't miss The Masked Singer, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Whether your insurance need is for business, farm and agriculture, or protecting your home and auto, experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about you with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com. In a world in need of integrity, Fox 47 presents a team of superheroes that will rule your daytime. The League of Justice, bringing truth, compassion, humor to a city yearning for fairness, led by the masked crusader Judge Millian.
What business do you have having a minor who's 16 go with you instead of her parents? You're a grown man.
People's Court puts naughty people in their place. Then Paternity Court saves the day by finding out who is your daddy.
I'll dismiss your case and throw you out. Got it?
The mighty Mathis and the sizzling trio of hot bench blaze the trail for the Queen of the Court, Judge Judy.
Because you were being paid in cash that you weren't reporting.
The League of Justice rules weekdays on Fox 47.
Welcome back to The Big Picture here on Press Pass, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
Oftentimes is called a foul.
And Winston hits it. They'll check, but that's going to count.
Dan, before they went into the locker room in warm-ups, Winston hit a half-court shot. Smith guarding Winston.
Winston from the corner. Yes.
Just great basketball.
Xfinity Center was so crazy and loud at the beginning of the night, and the Spartans led wire to wire to pick up a big road win here.
There you see arguably Michigan State's best game of the year. Would you say, Rico, that win at Maryland?
Yeah, that was complete.
Really had it all. We are back with the final region in our Press Pass Fantasy Madness competition. And we want to take a look at the original East seeding from Mike DeCourcy of Fox and the Sporting News. There you see Michigan State, some people thought a little underseeded as a 4 in the East. And this was a region that had 3 Big Ten teams, the Spartans, Illinois, and Michigan, that have had 10 Final Four appearances in this century. I guess now we can make it 11, gentlemen. Tom Crawford, the Spartans have raised that bar with a tremendous performance. And how do you explain today's win over Illinois? That is the 3rd time this year the Spartans have beaten the Illini, and that's after downing number 1 Baylor Friday night.
Yeah, this is pretty much everything I feared was going to happen. It's happening. It's like, sorry, I'm just being real. And the reason I say that is because in the Ohio State game, the last regular season, Michigan State's got that look in their eye. Yeah, you can see it, not just Cassius Winston, the whole team. And when you had Kyle Arns, the guy, everybody was looking at who's that other guy who's going to step up. It was a senior. Kyle Arns hits 5 threes. Against Baylor, a really, really good team, 21 points, and Cassius has 29. Seniors win. Seniors advance you, and that was certainly the case. Ayo Dosunmu, though, man, he got people's attention. He made the One Shining Moment video, obviously, with his performance. 36 points for that Illini dude. But, in the end, so Michigan State over Illinois today, workmanlike, and, this team, boy, when we look at the Final Four participants, I'm bracing myself for a national championship. I'm breathing deep, Jack.
Well, we knew that there was going to be a Big Ten representative in the Final Four once we saw the Sweet 16 matchups here.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be Michigan State or Illinois. But, Tom, to get there, Illinois had to dispatch Villanova, and a lot of people were surprised that happened.
Well, that was a big upset. But Illinois, last year, Illinois was that team in waiting. I mean, they didn't make the tournament, but you saw all the potential, and now everything's coming together. They got Brad Underwood is a hell of a coach. I don't know what other people think, but I do. It's all come together. They got the front line, obviously in the backcourt, led by Dosunmu. So Kipper Nichols make big shots. So didn't really surprise me that they did beat Nova. Best conference, a better conference. Better conference typically advances, and that was the case for the Big Ten this year.
Rico Beard, how did Michigan State get this done in the city that never sleeps? And it looked like after that loss at home to Maryland, where the Terrapins got the last 14 points of the game, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now.
You know, what happened was what we've all been saying all year. We needed that third person to step up.
Yeah.
They ended up having 4 people step up. So I'm going to say it was the new hybrid person called Rocket Henry, okay? Because Rocket Watts and Aaron Henry each had 2 big games. It was Aaron Henry. They needed all 16 of his points to get past Baylor. And then it was Rocket Watts. Cassius had the 29 points, but there was no way in the world that Illinois would even think that Rocket can come out there and score 18 points. Those 2 guys combined are the reason why MSU cut down the nets and headed back to the Final Four.
Sean Belegian, this win in the Elite Eight in the East region was not as dramatic as Michigan State's victory over Duke last year when Kenny Goins hit the shot, and then you had Xavier Tillman and Cassius Winston on that ad-lib inbounds pass. Nonetheless, they'll take every Final Four trip they can get. And how did they get it done against the Illini?
Well, you know, what jumps out to me is something that Tom said, and a lot of people said this going into the last week of the season. They've got that look again. And sometimes it comes from fans of the opposition. They carried that look into the Big Ten tournament, carried that look into this tournament. You know, this is going to go down as a legend again. You know, repeat this story. Izzo pulled out the sledgehammer, smashed all the game tapes before the tournament started, and everything came together. But another chapter in the illustrious history of Tom Izzo. And one a month ago, I'm not sure many people saw coming.
When you look at where Michigan State was and where it is, it says an awful lot about this program. We'll be right back looking at the Final Four.
One size doesn't fit all when it comes to your hearing needs. Advanced Audiology is the team you can trust. Our doctors will provide customized solutions and excellent customer care. Find out what you've been missing by calling us today. Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
Save big money at Menards and brighten your home during Menards Spring Savings Sale. Over 40 in-stock Hunter ceiling fans are on sale. This 42-inch low-profile fan with LED bulbs is available in 3 distinct finishes. Just $59.99 after rebate. Over 120 in-stock Sylvania LED bulbs are on sale. These LED bulbs last up to 11,000 hours and use 85% less energy than traditional 60-watt bulbs. Pick up a 4-pack for $4.99. Now during Menards Spring Savings Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Paxton Countertops is a family-owned company that's been serving the Lansing community for over 40 years. Because we are our own factory located right here in Lansing, we'll save you hundreds over the big box stores.
For your countertop needs, there's only one place to shop. It's Paxton Countertops.
Know the day's weather before you walk out the door.
Fox 47 News.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Here's to the big-hearted folks who know how to take on an even bigger job. Those who take personally the transportation of today's dreamers and tomorrow's leaders. It is said that the future belongs to those who show up. Thank you for making sure that we always do. Dean Transportation Professionals. Always someone to look up to.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 106 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For maintenance now or a new or used vehicle when the time is right, go Graf.
Up ahead quickly.
Don't get back.
McQuaid, dunks it right in front of Delorier.
Wow.
This defense is just suffocating.
Winston's got these shots, though, hasn't finished them.
Got that one, though.
He's going to keep going to the well. He's got good opportunities.
He's looked at it officially, thought someone was on him. Tillman, oh yes, snaps it down and one.
And as he should, look at this little deft bounce pass in. Bring it all.
Tillman up ahead, Winston, no one near him, and he's going to come out with it, and Michigan State is headed to Minneapolis.
There you see 52 Sundays ago what happened in Washington, D.C.
Never gets old.
Never gets old to look at that one.
No. Right, Tom?
Yeah. No comment.
Gentlemen, the time is here, but I do have two regrets. One of them is a lot of people had procured great tickets through the ticket machine. Now they're going to have to get refunds, and there was a convoy of buses. Dean Trailways headed down to Atlanta. Going to have to wait another year, and if it happens next year for Michigan State, that will be 21 years between 2000 2021, the same length of time there was between Michigan State's two national championships.
Gonna party like it's 2021.
Throw that one out there. Tom Crawford, when you look at the matchups next Saturday, what stands out to you?
Well, I see a bunch of blue bloods there. I mean, I guess green blood with Michigan State. And then you got Oregon, University of Nike. I mean, there's no Cinderella. There's no Loyola there or a team like that. So I think, the people that really don't have a dog in the fight are kind of be frustrated. The same old, household names. But I just, I'll go back into this old nervous Nelly thing. I like Michigan State's chances, but I don't like Michigan State. How do I phrase it better than that? I think they're gonna win this damn thing. I got a week to mull over it, but it's looking like it.
Rico Beard, if Michigan State can win two more and stretch this winning streak to 14 games, what does this say about Tom Izzo, Cassius Winston, and this program?
If Michigan State cuts down the nets by either beating Kentucky or Kansas, what you're probably seeing is that Cleves is going to take a step down.
Yeah.
Cash is going to be the new top dog. Tom may have to go out and adopt a new kid and name the middle name is Cassius. Cassius would take over that Cleves legacy because of everything that went on this season. It's the only thing that was holding them back. It was the one thing you were like, yeah, Cleves and Magic did all of this stuff. They got the rings. Cassius, you need the ring. Cassius got the ring. Cassius, new top dog.
When you think about where Michigan State is now and what it could do against the team it opened the season against, that was Michigan State and Kentucky.
Yeah.
In the Champions Classic. The Spartans would like another shot.
Yeah. Newsflash, guard Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't let him come in there and score 30-some-odd points off the bench where he's going to be starting now. But shut him down, play good perimeter defense.
To get that far, Michigan State would have to get past Oregon.
Yeah.
And now we have no ACC team, ladies and gentlemen, in our Final Four.
They didn't do a rethink to let Duke back in? I thought that was the thing.
You have SEC,
yeah.
You have Big 12, you have Big 10, and Pac-12 represented.
Probably the only good Pac-12 team, too, Jack.
Sean Balichin, with no NHL or NBA action and the start of Major League Baseball pushed back indefinitely, is it possible that this could be the most watched basketball game in history, surpassing Magic and Larry Bird in 1979?
It is. And I don't want people to think that we're saying this because we're in East Lansing. There's nothing else on. Let's be honest. There's nothing else on, so I know what I'm going to be watching. Listen, let's not put the cart in front of the horse.
Yeah.
This Kansas team is number one for a reason. I have to repeat that. The way that Azubuike's playing, the way that Dotson's playing, this is going to be tough for anybody to beat this Kansas team. But you are absolutely right, Jack. People are going to be talking about this one forever. Everybody's going to be watching it. Dana White from the UFC is going to be watching this as well. So it's big when
Sean,
Dana's tuning in.
I would say this, the fact that Tillman has gone up against all the Big Ten centers.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Azubuike is all of these guys combined, but this isn't his first rodeo.
Azubuike did a great job last year against Tillman and Nick Ward, especially in that Champions Classic matchup. So Michigan State has a couple of scores to settle, and we'll see if they can start with a win in the national semifinal against the Oregon Ducks. That is next Saturday night in Atlanta. We'll be right back, and much more discussion about the NFL Draft and the Detroit Lions. What do they do? Sean Belegian knows a lot about that. We'll be right back.
They're trying to keep their doors open to serve you.
Dan's Coney Island on Pennsylvania is open for takeout orders now and delivery coming soon. Like us on Facebook for updates and mouth-watering pictures. New family-style takeout available. Call 517-763-2720 today.
For more restaurants offering takeout or delivery, go to fox47news.com/open. We're open mid-Michigan is supported by Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
He's demanding.
You still can't drink here unless you're 21.
I am 21.
Swear to God, I knew that.
He's understanding.
Your mom says we don't see enough of you girls. Now get out, I'm busy.
He's the last man standing.
You know how you have that t-shirt that says I'd rather be fishing? Well, I want a t-shirt that says I am glad he's fishing.
Tim Allen is back.
Bingo.
Last Man Standing, all new Thursdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu. An all-new Last Man Standing.
Bingo.
This Thursday on Fox.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. That's why I'm there every week and will be for the area's best takeout till my favorite stop is open for dining again.
One-on-one coverage.
Rodgers dancing, throwing for the end zone, and it is holding. Touchdown, Geronimo Allison. He beats Kyle Fuller, 39 yards, touchdown.
He had to look off to the left. They brought Marcus Cooper in the game, so the Chicago Bears had to think they had to help a little bit that way, which left their number one corner, Kyle Fuller, one-on-one. But it was the look-off by Rodgers that completely moved the safety out of the equation, and that is some catch and some throw.
There you see Geronimo Allison, a former Green Bay Packers wide receiver, Sunday Night Football, a nice catch against the Bears for a score. But he is the newest Detroit Lion. Sean Belegian is getting a Green Bay cast-off at a position that was not of dire need, getting the Lions any closer to being a contender or a playoff team.
Well, you know, to me, this is the first move they've made all offseason where you actually look and say, maybe, just maybe, they're building here. Because to me, this is a looking ahead type of move, Jack. And what I mean by that is next year, Danny Amendola in all likelihood gone. Marvin Jones in all likelihood gone. So what is that going to leave you with? That's going to leave you with Kenny Golladay and question mark, question mark, question mark. So this is a guy that I think they got on the cheap that can be part of a rotation looking at 2021. In my opinion, literally everything else they've done this offseason is replacing what you had. That's not building. That's replacing what you had. And I think when you get in the habit of trying to put the eggs in the basket and we have to do the best we can this year, then you're defeating what you were brought in to do, and that's build. Lions haven't done a lot of building.
Sean, I was in Green Bay last fall for that Monday night game, and I heard the Packers writers complaining, I only got one receiver on this team, Devontae Adams and a bunch of nobodies. And now Green Bay has picked up Don't Call Me Ricky Wagner, who the Lions didn't want. So is this kind of just like shuffling pieces in the division?
No, that's exactly the way that I look at it. You're not building. Now, in fairness, there's a draft to go. We're all going to take a very close look at this draft. I think the draft grades are silly, but it'll be interesting to see what direction they go. And there's a scrap heap as well. So it's tough to make, the judgment call on what 2020 may or may not be at this point in time. But I will say again, and I'll repeat this to any Lion fan, show me where they're building. They're replacing. If your goal is to get 15 to 20 solid players and build around that, they're not getting 15 to 20 solid players. It's like the kid putting his finger in the dam. He's plugging this hole, and then another hole opens. And unfortunately, the Lions are in that routine right now.
Well, with the NFL draft, and take a look at the first half of the draft, the top 16 picks, Detroit at number 3. What do the Lions do? Can they gamble, try to take Tua Tagovailoa? Do they trade? They really need help on a Swiss cheese defense.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, if you're asking me what I do, I would go team 2. I really would. And I know so many people immediately say, well, what's the problem with Matthew Stafford? And to that, I say nothing. This isn't new. It used to happen years ago in the National Football League where you would bring in the guy to be the understudy. And you know what? I think it kind of worked out a couple of years ago with the Kansas City Chiefs where they brought in Patrick Mahomes and they had Alex Smith still take them to the playoff. In a perfect world, I'd love Matthew Stafford to be at the helm next year and maybe even the year after that. But I understand it won't work that way.
Not a lot of faith, gentlemen, in Quintricia.
No.
And
none.
Not so sure that they're going to get this one right either. We'll be right back with our weekly awards, our Culver's Cool and Smooth segment. Play of the week, game of the week, team of the week, player of the week. Up next.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Here's to the big-hearted folks who know how to take on an even bigger job. Those who take personally the transportation of today's dreamers and tomorrow's leaders. It is said that the future belongs to those who show up. Thank you for making sure that we always do. Dean Transportation Professionals. Always someone to look up to.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Download the Fox 47 News app, available for iOS and Android.
Dad? Oh my God, Dad! 911, what's your emergency?
He's about to code.
I think I'm making a hole in his heart bigger. Come on. Come on!
Do not move, or you will be shot.
911, all new, Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. Time like this, maybe we all need to smile a little bit. And very few things make everyone smile quite like the Harlem Globetrotters. And the passing of one of the true legends. Guys, you think of the Globetrotters, you think of Meadowlark Lemon and Curly Neal passing away this week. And just watching those bring back so many great memories.
Jack, I said it now. If he were in the modern day era, some NBA team would have snatched him up.
Yeah.
I know people, like to me, best handles I've seen, and I've seen Iverson, I've seen Kyrie.
Yeah.
Rico,
he's playing against the Washington Generals.
I understand. No. But it was talent in what he did. You had to be talented. Tom, if that was the case, you could do it. And we all know you can't. Okay? That was talent. That was talent.
I was going to say that the Washington Generals hadn't beaten the Globetrotters in the longer time that it's been since Michigan won a Big Ten football title.
That would be never.
See, I deserve that.
All right.
You did.
All right, Team 340, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, let's start with you and our play of the week.
Play of the week, not a lot going on, but something did happen that I think is a play of the week, and that goes to Xavier Tillman for putting his name into the NBA draft, but in doing it in a way where he leaves his college eligibility there. He says, I'm testing the waters. I want to see what we can do, and if it's not there, I'm going to come back. I'm not going to hire an agent. Finish his career 14.2 points a game, 10.6 rebounds, 2.4 block shots. He was a defensive player of the year. Jack, I think that's the best move that he can make. See what they say, see what your grade is, because there's a difference between the first round and a two-way contract. First round, you take care of your family. Two-way contract, you're schlepping them to different cities.
Might be watching Xavier Tillman's final games next week in Atlanta.
We could be watching.
That's a possibility. Sean Belegian, what about our game of the week?
Well, you know what? I'm going to finish where I started with Roger Goodell. The Generalissimo is back. He came out, he flexed his muscle. He'd been quiet for a while. He really had been. But he flexed his muscle and he said, we are having a draft. You're going to like it and you're going to participate in it. And if you don't like it, you're going to go in the hole for 30 days. So Generalissimo Goodell is back, showing everybody who the boss is. And let's be honest, we kind of need the distraction of the draft, don't we? So I'm going to give it to the game that Roger Goodell is playing with everybody.
Tom Crawford, by the way, you had a terrific team of the week last week. I heard so much about you giving a shout out to the first responders, the medical personnel. What do you have for us for a team of the week this week?
Well, I got another set of frontliners. The grocery store operators are my team of the week. Their average salary in this country is like $29,000 a year, and they're working their butts off stocking shelves. I saw this guy doing the chicken in the bin, and it was amazing. He was LeBron James of distribution. I go to the cashier, and I say, you know, thank you for doing what you're doing. And I thought she was going to start crying. She was so exhausted. So hats off to them.
For our team of the week, appreciate that was a great choice. For our player of the week, how about New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees? He's pledging not $100,000, not $500,000. How about $5 million to feed 10,000 people in New Orleans? And then he decides, I'm going to sign a team-friendly contract so that the Saints can acquire more players. Drew Brees, he's a giver. I want to thank Rico Beard from the Spartan Beat, Tom Crawford, Crawford Podcasting Network, Sean Belegian, WJR. We'll be back next week talking about the Final Four.